Well, hello, my name's Dan Kinjorski, and I'm here with Derek Gray. I might as well say it, Derek.
That's fine.
Derek Gray. We're host of Past, Present, and Perspective. Welcome to our podcast. If you like us, please hit the like button and share it with others. So, Derek, how you been since we last talked?
Had a week off with no kids.
No kids?
Yeah.
Dude.
They went to Florida.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was. So me and the wife got to spend time together. And
that's great.
yeah, I didn't miss him as much as I thought I'd miss him, but still missed him.
Yeah, I gotta check. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's cool. I was just checking my mic, make sure it was on, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we had a week full of two grandkids, and they're fun and then tiring.
Yeah.
And my three-year-old grandchild keeps telling me, "I'm getting old, Grandpa. You're getting old, Grandpa."
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But anyway, I love them to death, and we got some things to take care of with myself medically and stuff like that. So yeah, things are going good. Life is going good, except for the United States government and its leadership.
Yeah.
I want to talk about leadership today.
Okay.
All right. I don't want to. The people I really want to dog really is the legislate. Did I say that right? Legislator?
Legislature?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you for helping me out, Derek. But I want to talk about them. I want to talk about the senators. I want to talk about the House of Representatives. And really what really gets my chaps is I don't think, Derek, they're there for the American people. I don't know. What do you think? What's your perspective on this thing?
I think a few go there with the willingness to want to do it for the American people and for the right causes.
I can go with that.
And I think over time they get just wrapped up into the whole DC machine, always trying to get more money for their campaigns for re-election.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think that they're working more for the lobbyists than I think they are the people.
Yeah, I can see that, and it really, what really bothers me is not so much that, it's just their unwillingness to work together. Is this shutdown? How is this shutdown really impacting us in America? Is it impacting us in America to a degree, the degree as much as it may, or is it impacting the government employees much more than us in America? Which, both and or either or?
I think small town America is not seeing much. I think it's the bigger cities that rely more on government, and especially DC. DC is probably like completely shut down. Right. Yeah. But I don't think, like say a town like our town, we have Fort Campbell right there. I think that's having an effect on it. I don't know how much of a blow it has to the economy because the troops aren't really getting paid right now, so they're probably not spending as much money as they would if they were getting paid. Right.
That may be true, and I think too. What I read, I was just reading some material online, is that our farmers may be impacted, but is that part of the tariffs or is that part of the government shutdown?
Probably the government shutdown because the farmers are so subsidized, it's ridiculous.
Right.
We pay them to not produce as much because if they don't produce as much, they're not going to make as money. So we just offset that cost.
Right. What do you think about that? We're talking about leadership, and someone made the decision in the past, and I don't know when in the past. So that's something maybe I should look up. But someone made the decision to start paying our farmers not to produce.
Yeah.
I wonder what year that started. So that's something I might want to look into later.
There's a couple of things I read. I think I read something, but I also there's a YouTube channel that I really like, Fat Electrician. Fat Electrician, yeah.
Okay.
I think he has two channels. He has like one where he just goes. He likes to deep dive into companies and people like military celebrities, like people that won the Medal of Honor, stuff like that. People that have done crazy stuff in wartime. And then he's got his other channel where he goes over like how this company works.
Right.
You know, like he did one recently, which is how Chuck E. Cheese got its start.
Right.
And it's pretty good. He's a good storyteller.
Right.
So, you know, you listen to him. But he was talking about, what was it? I think it was cheese. I forget. There was a couple of commodities that, oh yeah, orange juice. Orange juice is one of them.
Okay.
Like the whole American breakfast was kind of like started, like, you got to have orange juice. It's because we had a surplus of orange juice.
Right.
So they had to find a way to get people to buy the orange juice. So that was like pushed, like that's the breakfast right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, I grew up, man. In order to get orange juice, you had to have money. And I grew up and then when you do buy the orange juice, it comes in a little glass like this. You know, when I was growing up, we didn't have much money growing up, and it was one of those expensive things. And then in '76, I think it was '76, when I was in the cab of this short bed pickup truck, and it was a stick shift. It was an old, you know, we would consider today classic pickup short bed, bench seat, small cab, stick shift. And my mother, her boyfriend, and me were headed to Florida. And I remember going from Georgia into Florida and seeing all these groves of oranges. Yeah. And this was in '76, right? Now you do that, you go down the same road, 75, Interstate 75. You hit the border between Georgia and Florida. You don't see the groves anymore, the orange juice groves. It's like when my wife and I married back in '89. You know, she lived in Puerto Rico, in Lajas, Puerto Rico, where it was called the Valley of Pineapples. Well, that year we got married, the valley was full of pineapple fields. Yeah. Of course, the corporate pineapple maker, Dole, I think it is, Dole, Dole. Yeah. You know, they had a big hand in some of that, I suppose. You know, where they would sell. You know,
yeah, they had a big hand in Hawaii too. Like, the Dole family ran Hawaii for a while.
Wow. Yeah. But anyway, that's interesting. You mentioned Hawaii. We have a new therapist here that's Hawaiian.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, but so a lot has changed. You go to Puerto Rico now. Yeah. Sure, individuals will grow, and maybe there's some small pineapple farms, but there's no more fields of pineapples. I don't know if it's like that in Hawaii or not.
Yeah, they got a big plantation up there.
Yeah,
it's near Wheeler. Is it Wheeler Army Airfield? I think it's Wheeler, but it's right across from that. But yeah, they do like tours, right? And you just go driving through the field, and like something I thought they were on trees, and they're just on little bushes.
Yeah.
So, wow. Yeah, that's something I found out.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's strange how time kind of takes. I mean, there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think Puerto Ricans, and you know, I may get some backlash on this, but Puerto Ricans, they don't want to work, just like many people in America today don't want to work. They don't want to work in the fields. So I think that's a big part of the decision. I don't know. But it's all about leadership, and that's where I want to go back to.
It could be the weather, too, there with the storms, but also, again, leadership, because infrastructure, making sure that things are taken care of.
Yeah.
Which I don't think their infrastructure is very good down there. They're having a lot of sewage problems.
Yeah, a lot of sewage problems, a lot of electric problems. Yeah. I forget which hurricane it was that hit the island, a huge hurricane that really did some damage. They still haven't corrected or cleaned up. I mean, last time I was there, a couple years back, I mean, we traveled from the airport over to where El Morel, it's a tourist area where the fort was. Okay.
That's on the
peninsula.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we traveled over there and we went through a devastated area. I mean, it was, my wife's telling me, don't stop. We just drove right through it, you know. And, you know, but my point too is not just Puerto Rico, not just the pineapples, not just the oranges, but and we got people that are homeless in America, right?
Yeah.
We got people that are, that that don't have any, they need nutrition, and we're paying farmers. We have poor Appalachian folks in Appalachia, folks in inner cities. Yeah. They're having trouble, and we're paying farmers not to create a food source that can feed the homeless and everyone else. So
I guess the thought behind that is they got to kind of keep the economy in check and keep food prices around the same levels. Because if they just a big influx of pineapples, and pineapples are going to go real cheap.
And then where do you get your money, right? I'm sure there's things that need to be in check. You're right. You got to keep the economy going, flowing, and smooth. I got that. But, I think there's also a time period where we got to take care of our homeless populations. And, there has to be a system in place to where, grow what you want, but let's take a portion of it and give it to the poor, give it to those who are in need.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grow what we need and what you want, but take a portion of it, give it to the poor, give it to the inner cities or the homeless shelters or the food shelters. And then take the rest and put it on the market, right? I don't know. But the one thing I want to talk about leadership is never, in my opinion, is never about what I can gain. It shouldn't be about what I can gain. It should be about the people whom we serve.
Yeah.
But is that a realistic statement?
For some people, it takes integrity, and integrity is lacking in a lot of people. Mm-hmm. They'll have it to a certain point, but then everyone reaches that point where they're like, something entices them, and then they let their morals or their integrity kind of slide a little bit, and they'll go for it.
Yeah, for me, it's not about what I can gain, and really, the people whom we elect to go into government, to go represent us in the Senate and the House of Representatives, they need to be there for us, not for themselves.
I think that's why we need term limits, because
term limits.
Yeah, you get into office, and the longer you stay there, the wealthier you get. And it's not like an attack on people that get wealthy, but you shouldn't be there to get wealthy. Mm-hmm. Although there are a lot of people that go to Washington and get very wealthy.
Right.
Like Nancy Pelosi, they got that app. If you follow the app and her stock trades, you're going to make money.
Right.
So,
dude, don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Tonight I'll be looking. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to lose any money, man. Yeah. That's sort of like gambling in a sense,
Yeah.
It's sort of like gambling. If you can afford it, then do it. Put some money in stock. I had money in mutual funds, for my retirement. Yeah. I think those are the safest bets, but it doesn't matter anymore.
During COVID, when they were giving those checks away, everyone was getting like $500 or whatever.
Right.
I took that and I put it into crypto and made some money. So,
good. Yeah. I hope you got it out before the fell.
I got it out before the big bump. I invested in Dogecoin, and it was like early, so it was like there were 6 zeros. There was the decimal point, 6 zeros, and a 1, and that's when I put the money into it, and then it gained a lot, and I ended up selling it to pay for my car to get fixed.
Yeah.
And then right after that, that's when Elon Musk was like, "Hey, I like Dogecoin." And it went through the roof. Yeah. And I'm like, if I just would have not sold it, I would have had this much. But
Yeah. Well, we do things to take care of our immediate needs.
Yeah.
But
back to the leadership with the term limits. I think term limits are needed.
Yeah. So what if term limits are needed? What term would you say that a representative or a senator should be allowed to serve?
I say 2 terms.
2 terms?
2 terms. I'd almost put that on like how everyone's duties, jury duty.
Yep.
I'd say have everyone do that as civic duty that they have to fulfill.
But let me play devil's advocate a little bit. Okay, 2 terms. How many terms does it take for them to get a piece of a law or legislature, or a piece of legislature, and through the system? How long does it take? Does it take a term? Does it take 2 terms? I agree. By the way, it should be at least 2 terms.
That makes a good point, though. Yeah. Trying to get some legislation across, sometimes it takes a lot. It takes a lot of relationships and a lot of know-how to get some things through.
Yeah. So 2-3 terms. I don't think anything else other than that. And I don't think they should get a full retirement.
I don't think they should be allowed to trade stocks or any options because, like, how they get around it is they're not in. It's not insider information because they're not in the financial sector,
right?
So they're not insiders, but through all the different committees and the stuff.
They know what's happening.
Yeah, they know, like, so this company's going to be buying this company, so let me go buy this stock real quick, or put an option on this,
right?
Because they're either going to fall or they're going to rise.
Or they're in that committee meeting and they're sending it to their financial advisor. Yeah. Buy this much stock and so stock. Yeah.
Well, now they just pull up what is it, Robinhood, the app, and just buy it there. But
Wow. Yeah. So I really think that that it really irks me, though, because they're sitting up there. The House is not coming into session. They're not dialoguing. They're staying in their districts.
Yeah.
The Senate is it's just crazy. They're not doing anything. They're sitting up there, and some of them are getting paid. Some are choosing not to get paid. And then, the president has to go to a pot of money that was for something else to pay the,
And technically, he's not allowed to do that because Congress controls the purse strings.
Yeah.
So there's a chance where they could impeach him for that because it's illegal.
Yeah. It depends on what pot he got it from. I don't know. He found some money in the Pentagon, so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right.
Last I heard, some wealthy donor was going to help pay for troops getting paid or something like that. And I was like, that's a lot of money.
Oh, dude. Oh, yes. Now, I think he got it from some allotted monies for something else that he's pulling money from to pay for him. But they really need to get off their duff and get the job done. They need, the House. I would encourage the House leader to call everyone back and let's get back to business. This is crazy. They're going into 3 weeks.
They shouldn't have left until they got it done.
Right. They shouldn't have. And the same thing with the senators. They need to sit down and act like adults. Mm-hmm. A leader you're there not for yourselves, not for your politics. Of course, it's all about politics, but you're not there for that. You're there for the American people. Get the job done. And,
Yeah, they're using this as a political tool, trying to get back at Trump for whatever. So
get back at Trump. Trump is, but I do have good news. Well, at least from one person that's from a younger generation than you and me. He said, in his opinion, his number one leader in politics is Washington.
George Washington?
Yeah, George Washington. So past, present, and perspective. His perspective is George Washington. Yeah. Then I asked him, I said, anyone during your lifetime? He said, not during my lifetime. There's no good leader except for maybe Trump.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
Yeah. And we're talking about 27, 28-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for maybe Trump. Trump, he's an outsider.
He's an outsider. He doesn't talk like a politician.
No.
He doesn't act like a politician.
Right.
That's why a lot of people like him.
And that's why a lot of people
don't like him. Yeah,
that's right. Because he doesn't act like, someone that can, he doesn't act like a politician?
Yeah, he doesn't act presidential.
Presidential, there you go. Yeah. He's himself.
Yeah.
And he's comfortable in his own skin,
Yeah.
And I think we need more leaders like that don't lie to the American people. And I'm talking about, when I talk about leadership, I'm talking about leadership with integrity in all sectors, not just government, but I'm talking about ecclesiastical leaders. That's church leaders.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, all leaders in corporate, in my business. I need my people that work with me to trust me and know that I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the right thing for them, as well as for myself, and for my wife and my family. But my priority is making sure my people, the people that work in my company, get paid. Once they get paid, then I can take a draw.
Yeah.
But it's quality leadership. We're missing it in America.
That's kind of like that's something that I learned early on being a father.
What's that?
Like when I think about my time as a single soldier, if I wanted something, I'll just go get it. I'll go buy it or whatever. I'll spend money when I want.
Right.
And then when I have responsibilities, I got a family, got kids.
Right.
Like, it's not like I'm going like, oh, I want to get that. Oh, I can't because I got, it's not like I'm mad that I can't do it, but I'll go to like, oh yeah, oh wait, no, I think my son would like to get this or he would like something else, So I think about my family before.
Exactly.
myself.
Right. So, and I think really when you have senators and representatives, they need to think about the American people before they think about themselves. And do we see that? I would suppose not a whole lot.
They like to say they are.
Yeah, they like to say they are. They like to pontificate that they are. Yeah. They're doing this. They presented this piece of legislation, for and that's another thing too. What they're doing, it's crazy. We got all these laws about guns. That's just an example.
Yeah.
All these laws, but we're not enforcing them. So why create more laws? Let's enforce the laws that we have on the books before we start creating more laws.
True. For guns?
Well, for anything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's just an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we need to take some laws out. I don't know.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. But again, it goes back to common sense. It goes back to integrity. We need common sense and integrity in our leaders. Yeah. What else do we need, Derek?
I would agree with you. Common sense and integrity. Mm-hmm. Logic, because sometimes the things they say or the things they want to do, just to me, perspective isn't logical. I don't understand how they're blaming Trump for this shutdown. It's not his doing, It's
right.
Like we said before, the legislature, the Congress, and the Senate.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, before he's come under criticism because he criticized, I think, Obama before he was president. He criticized the president on a government shutdown. Said the buck stops with the president. It's he's the guy in charge.
Right.
It's his responsibility.
Right.
And now he is the president.
Right.
And the government shutting down, the longest shutdown in the history. So
this one?
Yeah.
Well, I thought, we're going into 3 weeks. I think there's a 35-day, but it might have been under Trump.
Yeah, I could swear I heard today that it was the longest one. It's the longest one today. I don't know.
It might be. I don't know. But I think what we'll do in our future podcast, we'll go to Google and ask Google while we're talking.
ChatGPT. Yeah.
ChatGPT. We'll go and do that while we're talking and stuff. But Derek, it's good to see you again, man. And I hope our listeners like us and get some perspective. Maybe like us or hate us, but whatever you do, if you like us, push the like button and share it with others. But we do need integrity. We do need common sense. We do need leadership that is honorable, full of integrity and common sense.
It goes back to
and logic, using logic.
The old Army values. I don't know if they still have those values.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was just sharing that with a church leader the other day.
Yeah.
These are the values I hold to, Derek. Because I didn't have any other values before that. 18, I didn't know what values were, man.
Yeah.
I just grew up trying to survive. And then I joined the Army at 18. And Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't think about that before. It wasn't until I became an NCO, until it like all that stuff started to make sense.
Yeah.
So I was just a kid having fun.
Yep.
Flying. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, you, same thing with you, man. You know, you turned, what age did you go in the military? Army?
18.
18. So
Yeah.
I went 18. So same thing. When we go in the Army, you know, they teach us these things. That's why the military is such a good stepping stone.
It is.
When we can get there, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what's helped form me as the person that I am today, outside of my own faith. So, Derek, it's good to see you. And thank you for joining Derek and I at Past, Present, and Perspective. Please join us next week as we discuss whatever's on our mind.
Yeah. Sounds good.